I want to thank everyone. My name is Sheena Palmer. Thank you for joining us for another edition of Black Girls Talk New York. Welcome to the new year. Happy 2021. And I can't wait to get into our conversation with Bianca. But first and foremost, we're giving honor to God through prayer. So let's make sure that we thank Him for bringing us into this new year, Lord. We thank you so much for allowing us to continue with the Black Girls Talk New York and to ensure that we are giving voices to those that are really with the entrepreneur spirit and talent, and that is touching people in many ways than just one. We will be speaking with many different individuals that will truly are blessed in their crafts and talents, and we want to give them a voice. We want to give them a platform to continuously bless our sisters and lift you up, and we ask that you keep everything in decency and in order, and I pray this in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen.
So hi, Bianca. Welcome to Black Girls Talk New York.
Thanks for having me.
Oh, so tell us a little bit about yourself.
Okay, so my name is Bianca. I'm currently a full-time student at the University at Buffalo. I'm actually in my final year, so by God's grace, I will be graduating this year. I am also a psychology major, and that's pretty much it. I recently just started my business called Viocosmetics.
Oh, Viocosmetics, yes, which I hope everyone saw a flyer for her, that she is the founder, owner of Viocosmetics. Tell us about how you came up with this venture.
So basically this actually started from since I was younger. I've always had a passion for makeup. And, you know, growing up around my family, we have families full of like entrepreneur spirits. So my mom had her own business, very successful. You know, my grandmother was also into the beauty world. So I feel like all of that just picked up from such a young age, and, you know, the passion just came out. And I've always wanted to, you know, own my own makeup line that I could call mine, you know? So I decided to just go forth with it, you know?
So what is the basis of your is Vio, right? Vio
Yeah.
Cosmetics. What is the basis? Is it health, or is it just beauty? Is it both? Is it something that's skincare, or is it just to look good? Where are we with that?
So basically it's just a line for like where I sell makeup products to know, you know, to just enhance a woman's beauty. And I'm hoping that, you know, I can venture into other things as well. I don't just want to stick it to just makeup products. I'm hoping I can go into skincare as well. Probably even starting a men's line as well too. Yeah,
Oh
so
wow, I would absolutely love that. You do like the husband wife duo thing and stuff like that for the little kids, and you know, the wedding nights and
yeah.
such. So are you wearing your products right now?
Actually, I am wearing our lashes Boss Lady, and then on my lips I do have Bianca's Tone. So yeah, that's pretty much it so far.
Oh my goodness. So
Um,
where do we find your cosmetics?
so I do have a business page, which is on Instagram called Vio Cosmetics. And then you will see my website attached there. So it's vio-cosmetics.com.
So is it only online that we're able to purchase, or are we looking at soon being able to go to like Sephora and
That is the
Ulta?
goal. That is honestly the goal. I don't want to just stick to online selling. You know, I want to be able to sell in Sephora, Ulta Beauty. I want customers to be able to go in stores and not just depend online. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, by God's grace, as God continues to guide me, and hopefully one day I will get there, and I believe in myself that I will. So I'll just keep working and doing my thing.
So how is your family helping to grow this vision of yours? I know they have hopes for you, obviously, to finish
Yeah.
school and graduate this year.
Yeah.
But like once you tell them like, hey, I want to do a cosmetics line, obviously having the entrepreneurial spirit that they have, how are they a part of the fabric of this growth?
Well, my family is actually super, super supportive. Like they really believe in me to the point that, my mom decided to like invest in my business. Like
Wow.
she invested. Yeah. So, it's just great having a supportive family, a family that believes in your dreams. So yeah.
You hear that, guys? Family matters,
Yes.
especially in this pandemic. So you
Mhm.
started a business throughout this pandemic. What was that like?
Oh, I'm not gonna lie. I did not like if I tell you that I knew I was gonna start my business this like last year, I would be lying because I really didn't know I was gonna start it. It was I knew I wanted to start it, but I just didn't know when. I was thinking, okay, maybe I'll start it after I graduate so I
Mhm.
can focus fully on the business. But I guess God had other plans because I
Mhm.
don't know, my intuition just kept tugging at me to just go for it. You know what I'm saying? Just do it. And my family was like, just do it. I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna do it. Thankfully my family, offered some help, my mom especially. So it was a little hard, but I just one thing about me is I always put God first in anything that I do. And I feel
Amen.
like with God, anything is possible. Like
Amen.
yes,
Amen.
it does not matter whether there's a whole pandemic going on, whether I don't have a job, everything. What if God said is gonna happen, it will happen.
That's
Nothing will hold
right.
Amen.
you back.
That's
So
right.
that's
Amen.
what happened.
No,
So
but you have an accent. I'm sorry, but she has
I
an
was about to
accent.
ask her, like, where's your family from?
We're Nigerians.
Nigerian, yes.
Because I'm like, wait, you have an accent. I was
Yeah, I
gonna think you
do.
were like, I thought you was Dominican for a minute, or like you. I know you get that a lot, right?
Yes, I do. Oh my gosh, I really get that a lot.
The so wait a minute, whose jollof rice is better?
No, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I'm not even saying this because I'm Nigerian, but Nigerian jollof.
Nigerian?
Yes, it is. It really is.
I'm gonna need
Look,
something.
I'm about to
Yes.
sample. Because
Yeah, I'm gonna need
I know my friend
something.
from Ghana goes, no, my rice is the best. Ghanaian rice
You're
is the
always
best.
gonna say that. Oh my gosh.
So now look, I'm gonna have two bowls like this right here.
Yes. Honestly, I'm really so serious. Like and I'm not just saying this because it's me. Like I'm also from what other people have said. Like when they try Ghanaian jollof rice and Nigerian, you can't even compare it. Like I'm not.
Compared. Look,
It's not even comparable. Like
look, we heard it first. It's Nigerian jollof. It's the
Mhm.
best. So when you making the cosmetic line, is it made by hand or is it made from like a distributor or what have you, and it has your logo on it? Like how much in time and effort is invested into the creation of maybe the lashes, the lipstick, and the foundations and stuff?
so okay, so I do have a private label.
Mm-hmm.
So I do get it from manufacturers, I just choose the designs, and they make the items for me. But I am hoping on, starting my own production company very soon. So meaning like I would be producing the products myself instead of, having to go through a third party or, a wholesaler or a vendor or something like that. So it's it's pretty, it's not bad, but I would really are my own thing, you know what I'm saying? Like I would want to produce my own products.
Yeah.
Right now this is the best that I can do for now as a student. But once I'm done with school, I'm gonna go head on trying to figure out how to, start my own production company. So meaning producing my own makeup products, not having to go to another person to produce these things for me.
Yes, that is true. It's very, very important. Now,
Yeah.
you're also a psych major,
Yes.
right? So being a psych major and dealing with makeup and like there's a lot of shaming on how people look and things like that with their makeup and how it should look. What do you think your company is bringing to the table, being that you're a psych major but then also a makeup founder, company cosmetics founder?
Okay, so honestly, I'm not even gonna lie. Like being a psych major, honestly, I just decided to go with that major because it was the easiest, major for me to just get out of college, just graduate and get out of college. But I feel like it's also been really helpful for me because one thing that people need to realize is that when you're in business, when you're an entrepreneur, you deal with a lot of people. And being a psychology major, you learn about, it's about the mind. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It teaches you how to approach people, how to handle people. So it's been really helpful as well. Honestly, I thought I wasn't even gonna like need, because honestly, I'm not really gonna use the degree, but because I'm not even going to focus on that. You know what I'm saying? I want to go full head on in business. But it's also been really helpful for me because now I know how to approach people in a different manner. I know I can just see, I don't know how to say this, but like I feel like it makes me understand people a lot more. You know what I'm saying? Because
Mm-hmm.
psychology is all about the mind. Like, you know what I'm saying? So yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, we all love to look and feel good.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily wear a lot of makeup. As you can see, I have plain
Okay.
face.
You're still beautiful.
What would you do with someone with me, like me?
um,
Like, literally, I don't know what
I
to do with my face.
honestly, you know what's so crazy? I feel like okay, so for women like you that don't really, use makeup like that, I feel like there's nothing wrong with it because makeup is just used to enhance one's beauty. You know what I'm saying? So, if you were to want to learn certain things, I would say, get on YouTube, learn how to put on makeup, learn how to put on eyelashes, learn how to do foundation. I also have a YouTube channel where I do actually drop different makeup tutorials for women. So, and I do it in a way where it's understandable for those that are still beginners, you know what I'm saying? For those that are trying to learn. And I feel like not everybody needs to, if you don't wear makeup, that's your own preference, you know what I'm saying? And regardless, you're still beautiful with or without makeup. And that's one thing that I really want women to know, that even though you don't wear makeup, you are still beautiful.
So, what's the best mode practice for you? You have your makeup on, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
What's the best practice for removal of your day face?
Okay, so do you mean like when it comes to like taking off my makeup?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so a lot of women don't know this, but sometimes some people think, oh, you can just use like makeup wipes to take off your makeup. That's actually not enough. Even if you take off your face, even if you take off your makeup with makeup wipes, you still need to go ahead and cleanse your face. Put on some moisturizer. You need to get your face completely like cleaned up, like with some cleaner, any kind of cleaner. That's my step. At least that's what I do when it comes to taking off my makeup. I don't just use makeup wipes and take off my makeup. After that, I like to wash my face to get everything completely off, because makeup is really thick. So you can put makeup on and you take it off, but you're still gonna have like leftovers on your face. You know what I'm saying?
Like in the pores, right? So
In the
you want to do
pores.
like a deep clean
Yes.
that is
It's really
more.
important. It can cause, like, you not taking off your makeup completely can really cause some skin problems.
Mm-hmm.
So that's something that you definitely want to do.
And and when it actually comes to making sure that you have the right tone, how do we find that out? Like when we're putting on foundation, like what's the best route in order to see, okay, like I want to go get some foundation. I want to be able to have like a
Right shade.
shade, yeah, the right shade. And sometimes you see people with matte.
I'm sorry. I didn't hear what you said.
Yeah, there's
Mute, mute.
host can mute.
Sorry. I'm trying to mute.
Yeah, if you click over into the three dots on the top, Penny, you can mute her in her three dots. There we go.
Done.
Okay.
Love you, Chantel. Uh-oh. Okay. So I know that when we want to select the right shade of foundation.
Yes.
We want to make sure the foundation matches our neck or what have you. How do we do that selection process?
So, okay, so when it comes to how I find out my perfect shade, when you go to Sephora, they have like the girls that, stand there to help you shade match your skin. For me, the best way that I always do it, anytime I want to find the perfect foundation for myself, I like to take a bit of, let me say I'll go for similar colors to my skin. I rub a little bit on my neck. And if it matches my neck, then I'm pretty sure it's gonna be my skin color. Yes, so that's a very good tip to do. You can just put a little bit on your neck, and if it's either too light or too dark, then that's not your shade. But if it matches right to your skin, then that's your foundation shade, as well as the hands right here too.
Okay.
Yeah.
So making sure that we have the proper shade. Pay attention. You can match to your neck, or you can also use the inner part of your wrist.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. So now I know we're working backwards. We had worked a little backwards because I started my first question with how do we take it off? But application of makeup, what is that process?
So when you say application of makeup, what do you mean? Like foundation or?
When I'm ready to make my face up to go to basically an event, what are the steps that should be taken? It's also with lashes as well.
Okay. So let me say you want to get like a full face beat, you want to start, first of all, you want to start with priming your face to hide your pores. When you do that, it actually makes your foundation process a lot smoother. So that's usually how I start. But before that, I like to start out, I would say the easiest way to start your makeup, and it will make the whole thing just go faster, is to start out with your eyes. So you want to start out with your eyebrows first, and then you go to your eyes, your lashes, doing the whole eyeshadow, thing, and then you get to your lashes. After that, then I go into applying my primer. Sorry. And then I do go into applying my primer. After I apply my primer, I go into foundation. After, you do the whole foundation, you blend it out, then you go into your concealer. Yes, you conceal, and then you highlight, contour. And then after that whole process, you go into applying your setting powder. And usually when it comes to setting powder, I don't like to put too much. I like to bake very lightly, because when you bake too much, it makes your makeup a little too cakey, and nobody wants to be out here with some makeup, right?
That's right.
So, yeah. So,
we don't want to make a face look like it's not real, basically.
Yeah, you want it to look as natural as possible on your skin. So, and I actually skipped a step. Before I apply my setting powder, I usually like to set my face with my setting spray after I do the highlight and contour, because it just gives you a more like smooth effect. I don't know, but it just gives you this airbrush effect, so that when you now go on top and add your setting powder, it just blends in so beautifully. And I don't like to like just dap on. Like you have to do it lightly, you know what I'm saying? Just very lightly. After that, you go in with your contour powder, and then dust off the makeup, dust off the setting powder, and then you set your face. And then you go into your lips. If you love to use lip liner, you go ahead and, use some lip liner. Lip liners are for Black women. And then
Black woman,
yes.
use your lip liner.
And then you can go in with your lip gloss, apply your blush and your highlighter. So yeah, honestly, doing your face is really not that, crazy. It looks like it would be so many steps, but it's really not. I feel like once you get used to it and you practice, you would be good.
Practice makes perfect, right? So who are some of the faces? Because do you actually apply makeup to other people?
Oh yes. I actually do that on like part-time, just like a little side hustle. I have like a booking site where I do other women's faces in school. So yeah, I do offer that service as well.
So who would you absolutely love? Like thinking celebrity wise, who would you love to be their makeup artist? Like who would you love to have as a client?
I would say who? I don't know. I never really thought of that. Maybe I would say Beyonce.
Beyonce?
Yeah, I feel like her makeup artist can do so much better. Like, no offense to her, like I'm not saying her makeup is bad, but I feel like she could like do a lot better. But some people are different. She looks like she likes a little bit more of the natural side than do you know Ari?
Ari Lennox?
No, Ari, the real Kyle Lister or something, Kyle sister on Instagram, or Jada.
Jada.
You know
I know
Jada?
Jada. Yeah.
Yeah, like those kind of girls, like they like, really
They
like,
have
huh?
no, they like that. What
Yeah, like
you saying?
beat face.
Yeah.
Like I feel like Beyonce doesn't really,
likes that natural.
yeah, she does more of a natural makeup. And I feel like, she could do better on a little heavier, but I mean, she's still gorgeous regardless. But and honestly, I'm gonna be so honest, like I never really saw myself as somebody that would want to like be somebody's makeup artist. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather be the one providing the products than actually doing that as a service. You know what I'm saying? It was just something that I did as a side hustle.
Yes.
It's something that I know that I can do. So I was just doing it to make extra money on the side. But honestly, if it was down to me, I don't think I would be a professional makeup artist. I feel like I don't have the patience for it, because a lot of people, some people are like
over the top.
Yeah, they're over the top, and it's just having to, get the customer to be in a certain position. Sometimes they want to use their phone while doing their makeup. They don't want to put their head in the right position. They're either looking down, and it just, I don't know. I feel like I don't really have the patience for that. And
yeah. Like, no, just buy the products, and I will even put it in your gifting suite. You hear that? Viocosmetics is ready for gifting suites. I just plugged you in. I had to plug you in. She's ready for gifting suites. So make sure you get some products from her at your next event that you will be giving to your celebrity attendees. Would anyone else like to ask Bianca any questions?
Aw, everybody's quiet today.
Bubbles, Genesis, Melissa.
No, I'm here. It's just that I have my son with me, and I don't want him to like intrude on this beautiful show. Okay.
It'll get edited out.
Okay, perfect. Okay, well, hi, my name is Genesis.
Hello.
I do have a question for you. I never knew that when it was time for me to look for my foundation to actually match my neck. So I think that really helped me solve a lot of my, my foundation issues. Now, my thing is I want to know how to set my makeup. Wow. Shh, quiet. I want to know how to set my makeup, and I never know what is the right thing to do. Like, do I use loose powder or not?
So when it comes to setting your face, you actually want to use loose powder. There are some people that like to use compact powder, but I feel like that just makes your whole makeup a little too cakey and thick. Translucent powder is very thin, like it's very thin, it's powdery. So when you actually set your face, it just gives you this airbrush effect. So you definitely want to go with loose powder when it comes to setting your face.
Okay. And then I have a problem with my eyebrows.
Okay.
So when I do my eyebrows, right, I try to fill them in a little bit, but then when I shape them, like, do I go out a little bit outside of my eyebrows to make them thicker? Because then when I fill them in, they look like they're super dark, and then I look like a clown.
Okay, so I know what you're talking about. So, okay, so when it comes to filling in your eyebrows, do you like your eyebrows like a little thick or like thin?
My eyebrows are naturally thin, so I would like them just a little bit thicker, not too much.
Yeah. So, okay, so when it comes to drawing in your eyebrows, you always want to follow your outline. You want to follow the shape of your eyebrows, and it's never bad to, go a little over your eyebrows, over your eyebrow line, because I do it as well. My eyebrows are thin, but I like to add just a little bit just to make it a bit thicker, not too thick. When it comes to filling in your eyebrows, you don't want to press on the. So what do you use? Do you use eye pencil? Do you use a brow pencil or gel?
I use the gel, and then I use the gel. It's like a pomade. I use
Okay.
the pomade, and then I'll use the eyebrow mascara that goes over. It's like a gel or whatever.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
know
know.
what you're talking about. So yeah, that's the thing. When it comes to pomades, they're naturally meant to make your eyebrows look a bit darker, but you can definitely make it a bit lighter by the way you stroke it. So instead of going like how I don't know how to say this, but instead of like going too hard on it, like going like too hard, you want to apply it lightly on your eyebrows so it doesn't come out looking too thick. And there's nothing wrong with using the brow gel, but if it's a colored brow gel, it is going to make your eyebrows look a lot darker as well. So when it comes to brow gel now, right, I use the clear brow gels. So I don't use a brow gel that's like colored. I use the ones that are like just clear, and I just apply it to my eyebrows. So it doesn't add more color. It just smoothens it, and it just has it looking the way it looked the first time with the eyebrow pencil or the pomade. Um, and I definitely see what you're talking about. I also used to have that same problem too whenever I used a brow pomade, but then I realized that it was because of the way I was stroking it. I would stroke a little too hard. So you want to stroke very lightly. Another advice I would give you is to try using brow pencils. Brow pencils are a lot lighter. That's what I use now. So yeah. And oh,
Uh,
sorry.
no, thank you. No, last thing.
Yes,
Okay,
yes, go ahead.
so I have dark hair, which is dark, like black hair.
Yeah.
So when I use my pencils, am I using black or am I using dark brown?
So you don't want to use black because it will make you look a little crazy. It will look weird. So you want to use dark brown. Don't use
I
black.
didn't even know that.
Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah, no problem.
Yeah, because I
Oh,
have
I didn't
black
know.
and that's when I look crazy.
Yeah, don't use black. Go
I
with
didn't
dark
even know
brown.
that. So as a dark skinned girl, so
Yes.
I'm supposed to use brown, not
Yeah.
black.
Yeah, don't use because my eyebrows are also black too, but I use dark brown and it comes out. It looks, I don't know, but it just comes out more natural. Like it would lighten up your eyebrows a little bit. So instead of you looking too dark there, it would just lighten it up. So you want to go with dark brown and not dark black.
And I put
Just to
the
just to
foundation, not
interject really
foundation.
quickly, but just to interject really quickly, why she says that on the scientific side, guys, your hair is not really black. It's not
Yeah.
black at all. It is actually dark brown. So the more brown, like if you're using black, you're literally using a completely different color
Yeah.
than what we have. We don't have black hair. No one has black hair. They have different shades of brown. Some browns are darker than others, some are lighter than others, to a shade where they kind of look either, you're either brown or blonde, basically. So the lack of the brown, the less brown you have, it goes more blonde. And then, as it gets darker, it may have more of a red tint to it. We do not have black hair, especially as brown people.
I dye my hair
That's all I
black.
had to say.
Oh, you dyed your hair black.
Yeah, I've been black for all my life, but I've had I had I had black hair for I think about 5 years now, and I love it. So I don't know. I'm gonna stick with the light brown. I mean the dark brown eyes.
Yeah.
But my question to you is
Yeah.
the eyelashes, the eyeshadow, right? So
Okay.
when I apply the eyeshadow on my face, do I first apply the dark eye color or the light?
So you want to start off with a transition shade. So those are usually like the lighter colors. You don't want to start dark, because if you start dark, it's gonna look like your lids are like injured, and it's gonna look a little off. So you want to start out with the lighter shades, and then you transition to the darker shades, so it can have like a blended effect.
I didn't know that either.
Now, I'm sorry, I keep
No,
asking
it's
all these
okay.
questions.
Ask all the questions.
Okay, so my problem is I have all these brushes, right?
Okay.
And I've been using some of these brushes I've been using them absolutely wrong. I know what my highlighter brush is. I know what to use that is. Now I just need to know my the eyelash. What do I like I know the blender, that's like the puffy one,
Yeah.
but for my crease, what one does that look like? Do you know what brush that looks like
So,
for my
um,
creases?
yeah, so usually the brushes for your crease are they're meant to be a little thin. They're not meant to be too thick. And I can actually recommend you like some good brushes. You can try Morphe. Um, yeah, they sell really good shadow brushes. So yeah, you don't want to use anything too thick. You want to go with the little tapered brushes. I wish I could show you right now, but I'm actually back home. I'm not in school, and I didn't even bring that much makeup stuff. So I would have really just gone to go get my brushes to show you right now, the exact brush. But you want to
Okay.
start out with a tapered brush. That's what you use for your crease.
So
That's
Do
the
the
you have
taper
same one
brush.
with
do you
the
have a
color.
YouTube with you and your brushes using them? Like as a specific, you have a YouTube that
Yes,
shows
I
the
do
different brushes
actually. Yes,
that
I
should be
do.
used.
Yes, if you
Okay.
actually go on my YouTube channel, you will see like for the makeup videos, you see the kind of brush I'm using. Those are the kind of brushes you want to use for your eyeshadow.
Okay. Sorry. My last
It's okay. It's
question.
okay.
Sorry. Hi. Stop.
Hi.
So they can't see you, baby. So, I've been damaging my eyelashes for a while, my fake eyelashes. So what is the proper way to actually clean them? Because I know I do it wrong and I destroy my bands and then I have to get a new one. So what's the proper way of cleaning my eyelashes?
Okay, so whenever you take off your lashes, right, you always want to make sure before putting them back, you want to always take off the glue on it. So you have to take it off very gently.
Join the meeting.
You have to take off your glue very gently with, let me say, tweezers. And then after you do that, let me say if you put mascara on your lashes or it's a little, dusty from the fall offs from the shadows, you can literally just put it inside water. So just get like a little bowl and you just put a little water, put a little bit of soap in there. There's even soap for lashes as well. Just put that in there and wash it with a little spoolie brush. You know what a spoolie brush is?
Yes, it looks like a eye mascara brush or
Yeah, it
something.
looks like a
Okay.
mascara wand.
Yeah.
So literally you just put it in there and you'll see all the dirt just coming right off. Once it comes right off, you take it out and just brush it and then You can dry it with a towel very lightly. You want to be very careful because lashes are really like delicate. They can tear
And
so easily.
expensive.
Yeah, they're expensive too. So you want to do all these things very delicately, just with care, with love. You can also use tissue paper and dry it if you after you finish the whole process of washing it. And then after that, you can leave it out to dry up a little bit before you put it back in, because you don't want to put your lashes wet into the package where it came from. So you can just leave it out to dry up a little bit. And once it's dried, there's this thing I do where like I wrap it around my finger, because once you wash it, it loses its like shape. So you want to wrap it around your finger to bend it to get that like curvy shape again. And then you just stick it right back into your packaging.
Thank you, because I noticed whenever I would wash my eyelashes, they became straight again. So then
Yeah,
it made me start keeping my cases so that I can put it back into its case,
yeah.
to reshape it.
So you can just put the lashes like literally, I don't know. I don't know. I know it sounds a little weird the way I'm explaining it, but this is just what I do that gets my shape back to regular. I just literally put the lashes and wrap it around my hand. So like from the band, the both ends, I just wrap it on my hands, and it will look like a little, like it will be like this. And then once you do that and you release it, you'll see the way your shape just comes right back.
Perfect. I'm gonna do that.
Yeah.
And sorry,
No, it's okay.
contouring, right? I came in a little late, but I want to know how to start contouring my nose.
Okay.
So like when I do contour, can I use like a dark brown eyeshadow and put it on my nose?
So a dark brown eyeshadow would be too dark for you. You want to go at least 2 to 3 shades darker, probably even 2 shades. You don't want your contour to be too dark, because when it looks too dark, then it starts to look a little too fake and it looks a little weird. So when you're contouring, I mean, you could, if you don't have a contour palette and it comes to the last thing you can resort to, which is your eyeshadow, your dark brown eyeshadow, you could go into that, and but you want to apply it very lightly, because you don't want your nose contour to look too dark. So
Okay.
you could do that, but you would have to do it very, like, minimally, like very light, and just don't do it too dark.
And what brush would you use for that?
So when it comes to my contour my nose, I like to use like a thin, how would I say it? I forgot what they're called. I don't know why, it just slipped my mind. But I use like a really thin brush, so it's not fluffy. It's not like all those other brushes that are like out like that. No, you want to use a brush that's like really thin. Like it doesn't have, the hair doesn't like
Like a pencil
flare.
point?
Yes, something like that. Yes, something like that. The one I use, it has like a little hair, but it's like I don't know how to explain it. Just know it doesn't come out like this. Like, when the makeup brushes are like, they have a lot of hair on it. It shouldn't have too much hair on it, because you don't want the contour like touching other parts of your nose.
Right.
You want to just focus on the bridge of your nose. So you want to stick with a brush that's thin and that can do the job.
And then how do I blend it in? I use the same brush or a different
Yes, you
brush?
could use the same brush, because honestly, I use the same brush when it comes to contouring my nose. You just have to know the amount of product you're putting on your nose. You know what I'm saying? So you don't want to go putting so much and then, having so much product left on your brush, and then you go back to try to blend it in, and you don't even know that you're actually putting more product. So usually what I do is, right after I contour the first time, I dust it off. Like, you can get like a little tissue paper or something and just clean it a little bit. And once you do that, it does take off some product. So when you do that, you can go back and blend it, or you can have an extra brush, you know what I'm saying, that could be the one where you apply and then blend. So that's definitely
Okay.
something that you could do.
Okay. And
Yeah.
then and then lastly,
Yes.
those sponges, the big
The beauty
sponges,
blender.
right, the big sponges.
Yeah.
Is that better for applying the foundation on your face, or do you suggest using a foundation brush for a better application?
Okay, so when it comes to applying my foundation, I would say that you want to start out with a foundation brush first. Once you do that and you've gotten the product around your face, then you go in with a beauty blender. A beauty blender is meant to pick up the excess makeup on your face. So instead of like your face looking too thick with foundation, right after you apply it with your brush, then you now go in with your beauty blender to blend out the rest. And then as you're doing that, it's picking up the excess on your face. And once you do that, it gives you that airbrush effect. You see your face
Perfect.
perfectly blended in.
Perfect. Thank you very much. That was the biggest help ever, because I would just use the foundation brush, and then I would, after that, then I would spray my setting spray
Oh,
on
your
it.
setting spray?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does
Yeah.
does that the right
Sometimes
way to
that
do
can
it?
be, I mean, you could go that way, but honestly, I would recommend, right after you apply your foundation with your foundation brush, go into using your wet beauty blender and just, blend out the rest on your face so it can pick up the excess makeup. Because let me tell you something, when you apply your foundation with a foundation brush, it brings a lot of product on your face without you even knowing it. So when you go in with your beauty blender, it blends it out completely. So that's what you want to do. And it also picks up the excess foundation as well. So yeah. And then you
And
can,
then I just use my setting spray at the end when I'm all done, not in the middle of it.
oh yeah, that's also fine for me. I like to right after I apply my foundation, and then I, blend it all out, and then I go in with my contouring and highlighting. I like to set my face first before I put my setting powder. So spray my face, and then I go in with setting powder.
See, I didn't even know
And
that
then
either.
I set. Yeah, it makes a huge difference. Like your
I
makeup
usually do it
application will look
backwards.
so much smoother.
Mm.
So you do it first.
So I put this.
So do you do it
You put the
first?
setting powder first, and then you put the
Yes.
setting powder, or you put the setting powder and then spray.
So yeah, so what I do, like basically after you finish contouring and highlighting, you set your face. When you set your face, it makes your makeup like just blend right into your skin. So right before you set your face with setting powder, your face is already blended in, and then you go in with your setting powder. After you set your face, and then you finish up with your blush and highlighter, then you set your face the last time.
Okay.
Yeah. So setting your face right after you
Nice.
contour and highlight can make a huge difference. Right before you set your face with setting powder.
Okay.
Yeah.
I hear that.
Well, thank you
You
very
taught us a
much.
lot.
Very informative. I really appreciate
No
that.
problem.
Hi.
Hello.
Who that? Melissa?
Hey, hey.
You're on mute. You're on mute.
Okay.
That's the first time
Melissa,
you've
did
ever
you
been
have
on
any
mute.
questions for Bianca?
No, I think she pretty much said basically said it all. Not yeah.
Javon, did you have any questions for Bianca?
No, hey, my
Bubbles?
loves. No, no questions. I'm a makeup artist, so I already knew all these things. So I was just kind of letting you guys rock out. And all these things, I knew all the answers, and I was not going to step on a makeup artist's toes or anything. I was like, you're doing a very good job at explaining everything, baby girl. So
Thank
can't
you.
wait to love that you're on the show. You did all the work for me, and I don't have to teach these ladies how to do nothing. You did it for me. Hello. So you got some points from me, girl.
Thank you.
Love.
Well, Bubbles, you might want to start using some of her products. Maybe she can send you some.
Oh, that would be dope. Yeah, I do
Yeah.
brand ambassador work for some other brands. I've done it for like Giorgio Armani, YSL, and all that stuff, and some indie products, clean products. So I'm definitely involved in the beauty land the beauty land, darling. So I would love that, and I'll put it in my stories. You're a Black Girls Talk forever now.
Yeah.
So send it to me, and I got you, and I'll post you up all over the place.
Oh
That's
my
a Bubbles promise. Mwah.
What's your Instagram?
I'm gonna put it in the chat.
Okay.
All right, baby
Okay.
girl.
Oh yeah, everyone make sure you have it in the chat so she can follow you. Just go ahead and throw your contact information, Instagram or what have you, and connect with each other.
Yes.
And I would like to know if there's any parting words that Bianca would have for our audience, any encouraging words, anything you would like to say to Black girls across the world, around the world.
I would say, go full force at your dreams, always believe in yourself. If you feel like you have a calling for something, go for it. You never know what could happen. And you never know who you're inspiring out here. So, I wish everybody the best. I wish everybody success, a successful 2021.
Yes.
Thank you so much for having me. And it was a beautiful experience talking with you beautiful ladies today.
Yay.
Yay, we did it.
I'm gonna get your IG from Miss Penny. Thank you
Black
so
girls
much.
rock. We talk.
Bless. Mwah.
Oh my goodness. So that is it. Black Girls Talk. All of our audience members, make sure that you are following Bianca. Both her pages, actually. She has two of them. One of them is Bianca _ it is Bianca _ Okoli, right?
Yes.
Okoli, right? Bianca Okoli. And then her business page is Viocosmetics. So just make sure you're following both of those on Instagram. Keep up to date with this Black woman who actually is pioneering her own brand and soon to be distributed. I am putting a praise on that already right now. To make sure that she is going into Sephora, Ulta, Bloomingdale's, Lord and Taylor, everywhere, every makeup counter, and it will be sold just like a Walker's Legacy. So follow us on Black Girls Talk. Keep up with us and see you next week.
Thank you.